Hey there, it's me, Brian Nestlein with TeachSelfAwareness.com. Welcome back to another video. In this one, I'm going to be demonstrating some of the things that I do as an Oracle card reader. And by watching this video, you'll be able to pick up on some of the elements that I have found are important in giving effective Oracle card readings in a professional way. Let's get started. One of the things I do as a professional Oracle card reader is I show the cards. I show the cards. I handle the cards. I make use of the cards, give the cards an identity. I show the cards. When the cards are presented, they have a presence. They have a tangibility, right? It gives them value. Gives them value. So, if you show the cards, we introduce them as a player in our reality. We give them a personality. Oh my God, this deck of cards has something to say to you. All of a sudden, we make friends with this deck of cards. So that's one of the things I do is treat the cards like they were a person that is going to be able to talk with us, communicate with us, that we are going to be able to be friendly with and interact with, that we would be willing to listen to, or to at least consider, contemplate, weigh in our minds, in our consciousness, some of the information coming through. So you can see that as a reader, I make use of the cards as if they were larger than an inanimate object. They were larger than life. Another thing that I do as an Oracle card reader is snappy movements. Why? Because it gives the energy away in little chunks. Chunks. When we're speaking, we want to give chunks, bits, little morsels, bite-size ability to chew your food type informations. One way to make it easier to digest is to repeat yourself in multiple ways. You just saw me do that. Rewind the video and see how I said the same thing 5 different ways. When we say the same thing 5 different ways, it's got a better chance to get through. It's got a better chance to get through. Repetition with a little bit of variety allows the information to travel into our consciousness. By using our words in a way that is soothing or easy to listen to, then we're able to get the information through again. So the whole point is to try to find what works for you. I try to find what works for me to help other people receive. And that usually means repeating myself in a variety of ways so that the point gets across. And it means using my voice, using my body language, using pauses, using gestures to try to make a connection to get through to the other person. Now, another thing I do is I set the intention. Once the intention's set, I make the decision that it's in control. There's a ton of information that we could talk about. There is a lot of different avenues we could go, but if we just pick one destination, then we can trust that all the information can stay along that line. For example, if I say that this reading is intended to help you know what to do out on a date, I set the intention. You're going on a date. This is something important to consider when you're on that date. So I set the intention, it's clear as day. It's clear as the date. And I repeat it several times so that I really embed it. I really get it in the forefront of my eyes and mind so that it's here. Now, by repeating it over and over, we are really setting it up to be information that's going to come through along those lines. We're not going to be thinking about other stuff. We're going to all be focused on what to do going out on a date. And then, when I'm ready, I pull the card, knowing that I'm going to be looking at this card, reading the card, from the perspective of going out on a date. Going out on a date. Aww! And right away, I'm going to start seeing the card in a way that is for the highest good of someone going out on a date. Aw, bringing you the flowers, bringing you their light. See? Bringing you their wisdom. Wisdom because of the purple chakra robe. Now, it's important at times to be able to talk about some of the elements, or people won't know what they are. If I say wisdom, and I point to this woman here, and they don't know that purple is the crown chakra and purple robe represents wisdom, then they won't understand. So when that happens, when there's technical information that I think I can sense that people maybe won't understand, that's when I can go in there and offer some more definitions. So, oh my gosh, here you are going out on your date with another person, of course, and look, you're both bringing gifts. You're bringing the green heart chakra open. The other person is bringing the yellow joy. I say green heart chakra because green is the color of the heart chakra. See, the technical information. That means like our spiritual heart. What's a heart chakra? Spiritual heart, living authentically, showing up above the world. She's got the world in her hands, so I'll use other elements to support what I'm saying. This way we're integrating the reading of the card with what we're saying. So out on the date, it shows best practices. Be authentic. Open your heart. Now, right away, we might say, well, what would keep somebody from opening their heart? That jumped in. And the answer is simply the past, or being afraid of getting hurt, or just bad experiences in the past. So I might say, hey, it's a brand new day. It's a new foundation of dating. None of the past is here now and cannot encroach on this date. Instead, just open your heart wide, know that you've overcome the world, and that all of those things that happened in the past might as well have happened 1,000 years ago. They're not even on the card, they're over here. See? So now we wipe all that away, and we can move forward. Now the other person's bringing the yellow, the joy. That's the solar plexus. So you have to know something about the colors of the chakra and what they mean, so that you're able to use that information to communicate the technical term. So they're bringing joy, you're bringing an open heart. Know that you're whole and have overcome the world, and also know that you can reflect on what they're saying. You can repeat back to them what they share that is joyful. In other words, focus on the joy they are giving to you on the date. When we're looking at best practices for you out on a date, it is go whole, go authentic with your spiritual heart, know you've overcome the world, know your past is gone and behind you, and know that you can just focus on what their wise words are and their joyful words are. And if you do that, then you're going to be reflecting back to them. Look, there's an element that helps us see that. Your higher self is going to be blowing back to them the flame of joy, and they're going to be connecting with you much more. And now we can use the last element and say, look at all the blue in the card. That is the color of the chakra for communication. So your date is all about fitting in to the communication process. And this reading has demonstrated that very clearly, see? So that is another thing that I do as a professional oracle card reader. So we learned that you want to show the cards. We learned that we want to build a little bit of, oh my God, what's it going to be? What will it be? See, now people are thinking, what will it be? Then when we pull one out, it's going to come out of the woodwork. It's going to be that strong card. We're going to be getting the key. Look, you keep talking. We're going to be getting the key. the strong card that came out, was picked just for you. Look, special key picked for you. For what? Well, I guess we can look at more elements. Let the card tell the story while you're telling the story. So we have a key into a whole new place, a doorway that is yours, just yours. And it's being presented to you. And what happens when we open that door? Well, that's not for us to say. When you open that door, you get to go into that whole new dimension. You get to recover all of the data that ever existed in the heavens. You get to recover it, you get to remember it, you get to become one with it, and that is going to lead to guidance and empowerment and just this key of wisdom with your wisdom chakra shirt, purple shirt on. It's going to lead to that key of wisdom for you to be able to continue on your life path. Now, it's helpful to know some of the elements. Know that the chakras are different colors. Know that purple is the crown or wisdom so that you can communicate about it in that way. Know that the white light is all there is so that you know that you're being given special knowledge, special information that's coming through your own consciousness, your own door, your own secret space. So, again, keep talking, let it flow. Most of Oracle card reading is just continuing to speak until it comes through and saying things in more ways than one. Now, it's usually the same thing in more ways than one so that we really can get a close look, a read on the issue. Now, another thing is, as an Oracle card reader, you only want to give so much information. When people are on a paid site or when people are making donations, it's important for people to value readings. So we don't want to give everything away. If we give all of it away, then we don't allow other readers or the psychic card reading field to have a place with exchanging money. So it's good to create a space where people feel okay with spending some money on a reading. And how are we going to do that other than we want to give stuff away for free, but we can't give it all away. So you want to just give a little bit or a piece to try to keep your free mini readings short. And you can easily do that just by, because it is an abundance. See how I fit the card in? You can easily do that just by picking up one or two elements in the card and talking about those only. And then to build value, you want to let them know, like, there's a lot going on here, but this is a little mini free read. We can always go deeper and explore more of the elements that are important, but I'm going to pick out two elements that are important for you here and now. So that way you set it up so that they don't have an expectation that they're going to get, you know, more than what they are going to get for free. And you create a space, a pathway for them to go, a pathway for them to travel with you along the paid reading line. Now, another thing I do is I keep the card general if I know it's going to be short and I know that it's going to be seen by a large audience, because collective cards are important to be able to offer. Because at the end of the day, the truth is that it's going to be the intention of the person listening. The beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So whatever the person is thinking about or intending is how they're going to interpret the information coming to them. That's why collective cards work so well. Plus, as a reader, if you can do a collective card, you're doing one reading that benefits a lot of people instead of one reading for one person, right? Plus, it's a way to give things away for free that actually have value. And it's just working smarter, not harder. So let's do a general one card so we can see. Now, the first thing that's going to happen is this. We want to build value into the card. Watch. Oh, whoa, what? Oh my God. So what happened there? I was having an emotional reaction or an emotional expression to this card. And if I create that energy exchange, if I give out that expression of energy and the person is here watching or listening to this reading, then they are going to feel some of the excitement, the awe, the wonder, the magnitude. Excitement, awe, wonder, magnitude. See how I say the same thing in a variety of ways. They're going to get more of the totality. Look, I'm starting to tie it in. More of the totality of what this card could offer in this reading. So, oh my gosh, what a great time to be in control of your leaps of faith, right? Because it's reasonable to see that this is something that requires faith and trust in order to swing from the trapeze with nothing below you. But now that I said there's nothing below you, I went down here and I can see that there is something here, though, that will catch you if you fall. What is it? It's all of this purple. Here we go again with the chakra color, the crown chakra, the purple. It's all of this purple. It's all of this wisdom. If you fall, when you take a risk, you're going to fall into the world of wisdom. You're going to learn from your experience. You're going to gain, no matter what happens. You're going to gain if you make the connection and don't fall. You're going to gain if you, whoopsie, and you end up down here. So either way, you're going to be okay. Now, another thing to say about the card is look at a general element. Here's that yellow again. Colors are easier to build off of because people see colors all the time, and it'll make you more familiar with what colors mean to you. So here's the joy color again. We see this often. So you want to take your risk, take your leap along the areas of your life that you really enjoy. In other words, don't bother to go deeper into areas that suck, or that you're not interested in, or that you just don't care about, or that are bummers for you. Look, I said the same thing again in multiple ways. So you want to make sure you take the leap in the things that you enjoy, and that you know that the white light, there it is there, so I'm using the colors again. You want to know that the white light has your best interest at heart, is going to oversee the connection of you moving to the next and the next and the next phase of your personal life. The totality of your life, the totality of your life is being endorsed by the white light. And it is when you go after the things you truly enjoy, that's when you're going to get rewarded, right? But even if you don't land that connection, you're still going to end up wise. So, nothing to worry about. What else on the general readings? You can pick other things here. Look, the black and white around the outside shows us that this is duality. Black and white is very general in knowing that it's duality. You can see that it's on the outside, we're on the inside. Okay? What does that mean? Duality is in another world, another dimension. It's out there. We made it in here into that secret space where duality can't go. There's no black and white in this middle space. Then you'll remember other things to say, like mankind has their meaning and purpose inside of God, lives inside of God. Not out here in the black and white good versus evil Scaryville, but instead in here with the white light. But the key is to practice, to keep talking, to show the cards, to really get involved, to know that everything is going to be okay, and to allow that flow of the no to come through you, and just to keep going on and on and on until you get to your destination of your intention. All right. Thanks for joining me in this little class. Now we know there's so many more things that, that I do and that people do as professional oracle card readers, but this was just some of the things just to pass on some information to you. Thanks a lot.